Welcome to Bible Storytime, and thank you for joining us. Today we approach a story that confronts our deepest fears and our most painful questions. It's a story about delay, about grief, and about a power so absolute that it calls life back from the finality of the grave. This is the story of Jesus and the raising of Lazarus. In the village of Bethany lived three siblings who were some of Jesus' dearest friends: Martha, Mary, and their brother, Lazarus. This was a home where Jesus found rest and true companionship. One day, Lazarus fell gravely ill. The sisters sent an urgent message to Jesus, who was in another region. Their message was simple and full of trust.
Lord, the one you love is sick.
They didn't need to command him to come. They were sure he would. But Jesus' response was perplexing. He heard the news and said,
"This sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory, so that God's Son may be glorified through it."
Then he did the unthinkable. He waited. For 2 more days, he stayed right where he was. Imagine the sisters in Bethany, watching the clock, watching their brother fade, their hope draining with every passing hour. Their simple message,
The one you love is sick.
had been met with a silence heavy with unspoken questions. Where was he? Why wasn't he coming? By the time Jesus finally decided to go to Bethany, it was too late. Lazarus was dead. He had been in the tomb for 4 days. In the culture of the time, 4 days was a marker of utter finality. Any lingering hope was gone. The body had begun to decay. Death had won. When Jesus approached the village, Martha, ever the woman of action, ran out to meet him. Her words were a torrent of faith and heartbreak.
Lord,
She cried.
if you had been here, my brother would not have died.
It wasn't an accusation, but a statement of pained belief. Jesus looked at her and made one of the most powerful statements in all of Scripture.
"I am the resurrection and the life.
The one who believes in me will live, even though they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die." Do you believe this? He was telling her that he wasn't just a healer who could prevent death. He was the very source of life itself, with power over death. Then Mary came. Overcome with grief, she fell at Jesus' feet and said the exact same thing as her sister.
Lord, if you had been here.
When Jesus saw her weeping and saw the others mourning with her, the Bible tells us he was
Deeply moved in spirit and troubled.
He saw the raw, ugly devastation that death brings. And in the face of their sorrow, the Son of God did something profoundly human. He wept. The shortest verse in the Bible is one of the most powerful. Jesus wept. He wasn't weeping because he was helpless. He was weeping because they were hurting. He entered into their grief. Then he went to the tomb, a cave with a stone laid across the entrance.
"Take away the stone."
He commanded. Martha, practical to the end, protested.
Lord, by this time there is a bad odor, for he has been there 4 days.
She was reminding him of the scientific reality of death. But Jesus was about to replace reality with a miracle. He looked to heaven and prayed, and then he cried out in a loud voice, a voice that pierced the veil between life and death.
"Lazarus, come out!"
And then, the impossible. The man who had been dead for 4 days, still wrapped in his grave clothes, emerged from the darkness of the tomb. He was alive.
"Take off the grave clothes
Jesus said.
and let him go."
This is more than a story about a man coming back to life. It's a preview of the resurrection for all of us. It teaches us that God's delays are not his denials. Jesus waited, not because he didn't care, but so that he could display a glory and a power far greater than anyone could have imagined. Sometimes God allows a situation to become utterly impossible by human standards, so that when he acts, no one can doubt it was him. It shows us a God who is not distant from our pain. He weeps with us. He stands with us at the tombs of our own lost hopes, broken dreams, and deepest griefs. And most importantly, it shows us that Jesus has the final word over death. He doesn't just offer comfort in the face of death, he offers victory over it. He is the resurrection and the life. So whatever tomb you may be facing today, a situation that seems hopeless, finished, and long past saving, listen. Listen for the voice of the one who stands outside the grave. He is still calling us by name, telling us to
"Come out."
of the things that bind us, and inviting us to walk in newness of life. Thank you for watching Bible Storytime. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. These ancient stories still breathe life, because the same God who called Lazarus from the tomb still calls us from death to life today.